Moro moro, enaranje nasha leipa, hoku hepa. First and foremost, I want to take this opportunity to say thank you so much for those that are tuned in this particular time to Nkaulele TV Kenya. I appreciate so much your subscription, your comments, you just following me. I really, truly appreciate. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I honestly don't know what you're waiting for, because I am sure we have very interesting and entertaining stories of, continents, countries, things that you've never, heard about, some cultural practices that are really important for us to just, know how they are done. So karibuni sana. For those that have not subscribed, kindly do that. So, as you've heard me start my story today, I have started with the words moro moro, which actually just says hello, hello. And enaranje nasha leipa, which is my name is Nasha Leipa, and hoku hepa, which is thank you so much for staying tuned. So today I want to take you through a short story about the origin of the Himba people. So I hope you stay tuned and I hope we enjoy this together. Let's get into it. The Himba people are an indigenous people that are estimated to be around 50,000 people that are all living at the northern Namibia. In the Kunene region, formerly known as Kaokoland, and in the other side, near the Kunene River, which is known as southern Angola. The Himba people are semi-nomadic pastoral people who are known to speak the language known as Ojiti Himba. The Himba people are predominantly livestock farmers who are known to breed fat-tailed sheep and goats, but actually calculate their wealth, the amount of wealth, with their cattle. They also grow and farm rain-fed, crops like millet and maize during those seasonal times. They are very well known to have a lot of meat, blood, and milk from their livestock, and their main meal is actually soy porridge and milk. Their soy porridge is known as oruhere romaire. Women and girls in the Himba community are actually known to carry the most tasking jobs, compared to their male counterparts. They are known to be the ones who will plaster their houses. As you can see on your screen, their houses are actually plastered by the use of red soil and cow manure. Also, in the middle of, before they do the plastering, it is binded. The other task of the women and the girls in the Himba community is actually to fetch firewood, fetch water for the homestead. The elder ones will take care of the young ones, prepare food for them and stuff like that. The girls are also known to be the ones who will do, their artifacts, their jewelry. They're the ones to market them in the market. They're the ones to supply soy milk, selling it around. They're also the ones who prepare their calabashes, for milk and everything. That is the work of the woman or the girl child in the Himba community. The responsibility of milking is also for the woman, for the girl child. Milking the cows and preparing meals for the whole family. Their male counterparts, on the other hand, their responsibility is simply, taking care of the cattle. And because they're actually also nomad pastoralists, you find that most of the time the men are not around the homestead. They have actually traveled with their cattle, looking for pasture, greener pastures and all that. But when they are back home, their other responsibility is actually assisting with the constructions of other, buildings apart from the house, and also just basically to hold council meetings with the other elders in the community. Members of a single extended family actually live in a homestead known as Onganda. This is basically, a small homestead made of totally different houses, but those huts are actually surrounding a very important part of this community. That is where the sacred fire is actually made, and it is also known as okuruo. Within that homestead, huts are spread around one particular structure where they have to light the holy fire, and then after that their cows. Livestock are actually tied to the veneration of the dead, and the holy fire represents their ancestral protection. The sacred livestock actually allow proper communication between the living and the ancestral, the ancestors. Both the Himba men and women are actually accustomed to wear traditional clothing that benefit their living environment in the Kaokoland and the hot semi-arid climate of the area. In most occurrences, the women are actually accustomed to wearing some tiny skirts around their waist, which is made from the skin of their livestock. The women are also, you know, now with the changing times, the women do sandals, and their sandals are actually made from cow skin, the hide. And then the men's footwear is made from tires. Basically, when I read about this, I thought, okay, maybe Piawao, they do akala. In Maasai, we call them ginyera. The tribal structure of the Himba people are actually, they live in a more bilateral kind of tribal structure where every clan member is believed to come from two clans. One through the father's side, you know, the patriarch, which is known as the Oruzo. Well, the matriarchal clan is known as Ayenda. That is basically from your mother's side of the clan, patriarch from the father's side of the clan. So, this clan are actually led by the eldest man in the village. It is not about elections. It is not about who has more power. No, they live. And where they live within that clan, there is the eldest person who will now be the one to guide everyone else. The sons from the Himba clan live with their father's side of, you know, the clan. While girls, when they get married, they also move now to the husband's side. The inheritance of property does not follow the patriarchal, but actually is determined by the matri clan. That is, a son does not inherit his father's cattle. Rather, he inherits from his maternal uncles instead. Over Himba history is actually fraught with disaster, including severe droughts and guerrilla warfare, especially during Namibia's war to independence, and as a result of the civil war in neighboring Angola. The Over Himba people are monotheistic. They worship their god known as Mukuru, also alongside their clan ancestors. Life of the Himba people actually, you know, revolves around their holy fire, which I had previously mentioned is known as Okuruo. Okuruo, via the smoke, actually symbolizes a connection with the ancestors, who are believed by the Himba people to be the direct communicators now to Mukuru, their god. So like I had started, I told you that the huts surround a particular house. This house is where the village elder who will be communicating to the gods or to God and the ancestors too will be living. And just outside his house, there will be the, you know, the holy fire. This fire is never allowed to go off no matter what. And within each homestead, there is a family attendant who will always be attending to the fire, making sure that it never dies. And at night, there will be that person, the same attendant, will be taking a flame to the house of the elder so that it keeps burning. In the morning when he wakes up, he'll go take it again and start the fire the whole day. So basically, it is a holy place where the Himba people believe is where they communicate to their ancestors and then to God. During menses, the women are not allowed to go anywhere, even around the fire. It is a sin, so they are not allowed to. And only the village elder's house is the one that will be facing the fire. Every other house, or every other hut rather, that is around that homestead will be facing, their doors, their entrances will be facing away from the fire. But only the village elder who will be communicating through the ancestors to God, his house will be facing where now the fire is. So he'll just basically be walking directly to the fire. Then with the smoke and all, he will be communicating and then coming back to the village people to explain to them what has, you know, the communication has been about. Well, in every African community, as much as people believe in God, even still people believe in witchcraft and, you know, the whole black magic thing. So the Over Himba people also believe in something known as omiti, which is basically loosely translated to mean black magic. Some Over Himba people actually believe that death is of a result from, you know, omiti. Someone has practiced either bad juju on you, someone has mentioned your name while practicing those black magic things. So when you die or have some sickness that they do not understand, they believe that some witch somewhere or someone has mentioned your name during the whole black magic thing, which is basically omiti. Funny enough, even with the black magic, the people who practice black magic in the Himba communities do not directly attack their people. What they do, they will come closely and attack someone next to you. Maybe your family member, a relative, someone close to you that will actually eventually affect you. So that's the things that you watch. When you know someone is in your homestead or your clan and something has happened to them, know someone might be targeting you. The Himba people also believe in diviners and healers. So once you know someone is trying to attack you, you can just go directly to them and explain the situation. Then they will reverse the whole magic thing or find a way to sort it out for you. Well, I have just done an introduction, a very short, detailed introduction about the Himba people from Namibia. Shortly, I will be doing their rites of passage, and that is the most interesting part about, you know, these beautiful people. So keep it locked to Nkaulele TV Kenya. Make sure you actually subscribe and tap the notification bell so you can be alerted when you do, you know, the most interesting part about these beautiful people. Otherwise, thank you so much for those that have subscribed. Do not forget to leave a comment down below, like and share with your friends as well. And until next time, okuhepa. Bye bye.